Hey Casey, this is Steven. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that you can do today to start helping you rank above your competition there when online when people are searching for these services. Now, if by the end of this video you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can reach back out and we can chat, or if you want, you can just take this information and implement it yourself. I'm going to jump right in here. The 3 things I'll be covering are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your homepage, or really your entire website, but we're primarily focused on your homepage today. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words on the homepages for the service-based industries such as yours. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for these services online. Now, the first thing I like to do is pull up the main competition in these areas. Now, the company that's coming in first on top for most of these searches is GSM Heating and Cooling. I'm not going to use them because they cast a really wide net. They also do roofing and gutters, and so their numbers are kind of skewed, and they're in Charlotte, and it's just they're all over the place. So I'm going to use a more local area, and that's a Roland Black, more local company rather. And I threw them into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. Now this tool pretty much gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So their website is currently being found for 25 keywords, and it was clicked on 131 times in the past month. Now I threw your website into the same tool, and your website is currently not being found for any keywords, so it's not being clicked on through Google searches. So we can go back to our competitor, and if we click on this 25 keywords here, this number, it'll actually pull up all 25 of the keywords they're currently being found for. And the ones we want to pay attention to are the buyer intent. So AC repair Gastonia NC, that's buyer intent, right? And that's with the location Gastonia behind it. That got searched 150 times over the past 30 days, and they were clicked on 9 times just for that one. Here's another one, HVAC Gastonia NC, 80 times it was searched. They have Huntersville and Belmont in here as well. And anything relevant to you, you'd want to put on your website as well, right? Any of these that are relevant, that have good search volume, you want those on your site so Google is able to find you for those, okay? And that's why it's important to have that 1,500 words, so it gives you the opportunity to add in all these keywords. Because if you don't have a lot of words in general, a lot of content, and you just have these keywords, it looks like you're stuffing them in there. It makes for a poor user experience, and it also, you can get penalized by Google for doing this. So that's it for content. The next thing I'll be covering are, what happened here? I'm sorry. Let me go back. Our citations, and there we go. So when people are searching these terms like HVAC Gastonia NC, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are not passing this section. This is the map pack. They're clicking on one of these businesses here. This has everything to do with this is your Google business profile. And now most people, they're under the impression that the driving factor to get put in this top 3 here are your reviews. And while that is a factor and it comes into play, it's not the main factor. It's one of many. The driving factor are what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Now, it used to be that the businesses with the most citations, as long as their reviews weren't garbage, would pretty much secure a top spot here. But it's not so much the case anymore. Google doesn't really care so much about the citations anymore as they care about the source of those citations. So the first thing you want to do is actually Google the top 50 core consumer citations or core consumer directories. And that'll actually give you a list of all the directories you want to make sure your business is in. Okay. Second, there's these, we call them the 3 major data aggregators. These are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. You absolutely want to get into these aggregators. Once you are signed in, you have your information in there and they verify your business, they actually will start pushing your data out to hundreds of other apps, navigation systems, and other directories automatically. And this is important for a few reasons. It's important to get ranked in this map pack, and it's also important because a lot of people are using AI now to search out these services, and AI will recommend you as long as your data is consistent across a lot of these platforms. Okay. So it is very important. So, like one more time, the three major data aggregators are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. And the number one spot here captures 40% of all clicks. So the map pack is 45%, right? But it's split in between these three businesses. This position is 40%, which makes it the single most clicked on position on the entire page. And the driving factor here are what we call backlinks. Now, with backlinks, you essentially have other websites on the internet that have a link on their site on one of their pages that when it's clicked, it leads back to your site. Now, Google uses these backlinks as it's pretty much an online referraling system. And the more relevant these websites that are linking back to your site, the better. So, for example, say you have a popular uh, local blog page or a popular industry related site that can be anywhere. It's links from these types of sites that's actually going to help push you up in these rankings. But since you guys are an HVAC company, say you have a backlink from a website like Pizza Hut. Now, Pizza Hut is very popular and gets a lot of traffic and has a lot of trust built with Google, but that a link from them isn't going to do you guys any good as far as ranking because you guys don't sell pizza or have anything to do with pizza. So let's go back and revisit our main competitor here, Roland Black. We're going to go back into this tool, and I want to focus on this section here in the middle. It's called the backlink profile section. Now, to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you for what people are searching for. Now, once you're found, they've got to determine where they're going to rank you, either like on page 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And this is all dependent on your backlinks. So our competitor currently has 413 backlinks coming from a total of 64 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. You guys have 38 backlinks coming from 33 other websites. So we want to see, let's go back to our competitor. We want to see these websites because that's what's actually pushing the power through these backlinks and getting them ranked up into the top two, into that number 2 spot there for most of those keywords. So we can actually click on that number just like we did with the keywords, and it's going to pull up all the websites they're currently getting backlinks from. So it would behoove you to go ahead and go through this list and get backlinks from these same websites. Now, if you were to do this, and this is assuming at this point your content and your keywords are on point, you would actually put yourself in contention to get into this top 3 here. Now, to really kind of make your way to the top spot, you'd want to do that same thing with the top like 3 to 5 websites. And if you were to do this, it would take some time, especially to get over GSM here. But you would eventually, if you did this month over month, just continued to acquire backlinks, high quality backlinks, you would take over that number 1 spot and take over all that traffic. And if you can imagine, I put our even though they cast a wide net, I put them into the tool too, and you can see they're getting 1.4 thousand clicks to their site a month. Our other competitor is getting 131, but imagine if you were to get anywhere in between there, what that would do for your business. But let's go ahead and recap. The first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second is going to be citations. You want to go ahead and Google the top 50 core consumer citations or core consumer directories. Make sure you're in those. And you also want to be in the get verified in the 3 major data aggregators, which again are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Gastonia area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can implement this information yourself if you'd like, or if you'd like to book a discovery call with me, you can reach out to me. My name is Steven. You can simply reply to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, Casey, I thank you for your time and the opportunity to show you this information. I hope it is helpful and educational. If I don't hear back from you, I hope you have a good rest of your day and a Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Bye bye.